Hi guys, hope you're alright. Andy P here. I wasn't going to do a video. I started doing one on my very first day. But you know what, watching the videos that people are putting on and the new guys and setting up, I thought it'd be nice just to do a couple of videos. I'm not expected to do everything, you know, something every week or something every month. That's not my aim. I just thought if I could do a couple of videos and help people out who's setting up and doing this job. So first things first, shout outs, Pete Courier driver, Big Beardy, legend. Without whose help I wouldn't have got set up. I wouldn't know what to do. I was looking at first when I was looking at getting set up, I was looking at doing the multi-drop thing. But then when I looked at it, I thought to myself, you know what, part of doing what I'm doing now is I want the freedom to be my own boss, and I don't want to be tied into doing that. So I've steered away from that. Not to say I won't do it for the future. Big Beardy I know is doing it at the moment for Christmas, and that's something he does every year. So maybe dip into it at some point, I don't know, but not something for me to do at this moment in time. It's not where I want to be. So let me tell you a little bit about me first. So I in September took redundancy. I was with one of the major retailers for 25 years and I was a manager, so I was on good money, had salary, pension, all the perks that come with it. But because of 25 years of retail, it's a long time, you know, no Christmases off, all that kind of stuff that happens. Retail is changing a lot, and let's face it, it's going to get more and more deliveries, more and more online than you are in shops now. And I thought, you know what, I'd never have an opportunity to take a decent chunk of money, like I said, after 25 years, and be able to go and do what I want to do. So I was looking at doing this for quite a while. And by taking redundancy, it does mean that I've literally been able to pay for everything. So I don't have any van rental, my van is my own, my insurance is paid for, my business is set up, business accounts, equipment that I need in the back of the van, all that kind of stuff. It's all mine. My business is now mine. So I got into the business, and I've been doing this now since the beginning of October, after leaving my previous job in September. So I've managed to get set up quite quickly, and I'm on the CX, and I'm with Pete the Courier driver, Big Beardy. The pros and cons, you know, just outweigh each other, really. If you're looking at doing it, you know, it is a lot of money to sign up, a lot of money. A lot more money than what I expected it to be. And listening to Big Beardy's older videos, you know, and even some of the newer ones, you know, he mentioned the price of it, but I kind of understand why it's gone up. You know, the COVID thing last year, obviously the business has got to survive, and everyone needs to survive. And to the point of what, again, the guys have said, you don't want the riffraff doing the job. You want the people that's going to give good quality service to your customers, and don't forget you're working for someone else, so you've got to look after their customers. You need to be able to do that. And coming from retail, that's obviously something that's always been close to my heart. So I completely get that. But it's worth it. It really is worth it. Like I said, I'm on the 1st of December now. I've not done 5 days every single week. Some days I've done 4, a few days I've done 3, and I've had a week holiday in that as well, which was already pretty booked. You know, my wife had a hospital appointment. I could go and take her to it, not a problem. Worked around it, did a job, you know, after I'd taken her to appointments and sort of that out. kind of things just give you the freedom to do what you want to do, but you've got to make it pay. And that's a little bit what I wanted to talk to you about really more than anything. At the moment, the fuel prices are absolutely through the roof. And I have to say, for all the dickheads out there, when everyone started panic buying, it's just put the price up. So thanks for that, guys. I appreciate it. There was never a shortage of fuel. Everyone started panicking, and then look where we're at now. The people that spend a lot of money on fuel are penalised, basically. But the biggest thing I would say is I am only just got money coming in. So again, starting in October, I have only just had money come in over the last couple of weeks. So majority, because it was October, was actually due yesterday, 30th of November, month end. I've had some bits come in before that, but most of them have turned up into my bank account over the last few days. If you are looking at setting up, make sure you've got the funds to run your business. You need to get a van, unless you've already got one, of course. That's going to cost you. You need your insurance, you need your CX, it's all money paid out, and then you need your fuel, and you need your fuel for at least a couple of months. So I'm in a situation where I can run the business, but I won't be able to take any money out of the business account for at least 2 months. Purely because I need the funds in there to pay for my fuel. And that's something that you've got to bear in mind. I wouldn't want anyone to go out there. It's alright, you know, I've seen a few videos and they blame the CX and they blame the fact that we don't get paid early. We all know that not getting paid until 30 days from month end isn't brilliant. But realistically, that's how business works. That's how business works. You speak to a lot of people that's self-employed. Most of the time you don't get paid till after, so it's standard. Apologies, by the way, if the camera's jumping about a little bit. I've not got the best stand. So, for example, if you're a builder, you go and you do your building. If you're the customer, you don't pay up front to have something built. You may put a deposit down, but you won't pay up front. And they always say that if you are able to pay up front, it's probably a sign of a bad builder. But it's not worth doing. It's probably the same with this. So the first tip, make sure you have enough money to run your business. Second one is, and I know Big Beardy has covered this in one of his videos, and Pete has as well in it, just the equipment that you need. You know, Big Beardy's done a great video where he's sat in the back of the van and he's going through everything he needs, from straps to gloves to hard hats to all that kind of stuff. You do need it. You do need it. Everything that I've got in there I've used at some point. Only used my hard hat once, but I have used it. And what I have noticed as well, there's a couple of sometimes there's jobs that come up and they actually state you must have steelers on, you must have hard hat, you must have goggles, you must have high vis. I've even had ones saying that you're not allowed shorts. No, I wear shorts all the time. So you can't, you know, if you're turning up in shorts, you're not going to get the job. It's as simple as that. So make sure you have all the equipment to do the job. It's massively important. That's just for the van. Outside of the van, laptop, printer, stationery, you're going to need envelopes, you're going to need stamps, you're going to need pens, you're going to need PODs, you're going to need all these things. So the videos that the guys have put on there, all relevant, all out there before you get any money in. Just bear that in mind. Third one is bidding. like with everything, I threw myself into it, and my first day, I've got to say, I was really nervous. Really nervous. They're mostly bidding on the CX. They want you to actually do e-quotes, which is brilliant. It's quick and it's easy. There are a few I've noticed recently have been asking you for a time to ring them or text them. And that's fine, you know, if that's what they want you to do. I don't quite understand why they want you to do that, because realistically they're putting the job on the CX, which means they've got access to the CX. So surely it'd be easy for the quotes to come in and to do whatever. I don't know the reason for it. It's a bit strange in my opinion. But bidding. So I run a short wheelbase van. Didn't go for small van. Didn't go any bigger. I got a van that I could afford, which I thought would do me well, and I could get the work on. Now, I live in the Rochdale area, so I'm very well placed to get the jobs. I am literally just off the motorway junction as well, so absolutely ideal. Now the jobs that come up, and I didn't realise this when I first started, I was bidding on jobs, and I had a price going off what the guys had told me. I had a rough price in my head what I wanted to price, and I had a look into it, and I started bidding on jobs, and some of the jobs I weren't getting, and I was wondering why, and then I realised small van jobs. In Manchester in particular, a lot of small van jobs. In regards to other vehicles, long wheelbase, Lutons, there will be work for them. I can't see them though, because obviously I only get the jobs through from them at short wheelbase. But I'm sure there's plenty of jobs. Big Beard says he's got, you know, he gets loads of jobs out of Manchester. Always get work out of Manchester. But I'm on the corridor, I'm on the M62 corridor, so I can jump into Manchester. I can literally just jump over the Pennines, just go into Leeds. It's what I've done today actually. Just on my way to Newcastle now. Got a job from Leeds, which actually when I got there was the wrong job. They didn't have what I wanted, so I ended up having to go to Sheffield to then go to Newcastle, so that's what I'm doing now. But location is key. I think you can probably get work for anywhere, but like, listen to the guys, listen to what people are saying, where there is work, where there isn't work. There is times when you're going to be lucky, there's times when you're not going to be lucky. It's unbelievable, you know. I've been to jobs in Barrow, been to jobs in Newcastle, went to Edinburgh a few weeks ago, and I got stuck. Didn't get any jobs. Now I'm not tramping, I'm not stopping out, so I do want to get home. So dead miles has killed me probably a little bit. On certain days, other days I've done really well. Yesterday, for example, I went from Rochdale, which I was literally 1.5 miles off Bruce bonus. Went to Peterborough, and then managed to get a job from Peterborough to Leeds. It was just perfect. So, you know, I've done what, 28 miles, dead miles, I think, all day, just from Leeds back home. But it was on the way back, and that was absolutely ideal for me, what I wanted, and I got it quite quickly as well. But there are times when you will get stuck. Definitely consider tramping. I can understand why Big Beard and the other guys do it. It's not an option for me. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but you know, my life commitments mean that certain days I've got to be at home with childcare and stuff. But the bidding, just keep it simple. Just look at what you're bidding on. You know, I've learned now, if I try and look out for the short wheelbase van jobs, obviously, because I can get more money on them. If I'm doing a small van job, I have to go less, because if I don't, I will not win it. Occasionally you do, especially when you see them ones that keep popping up and nobody obviously wants them. But yeah, got to keep an eye on it. Just another little tip as well, something that I have noticed: small jobs can pay very, very well. Like I said, I'm Manchester. I did a job a few weeks ago and I charged my minimum pay. You know, you've got to be strict with yourself as well. So I've got a minimum charge that I charge, and I will not go below that for anything, because if I do, there's no point in me doing the job. It was 8-mile drive. I put my minimum on it. I weren't far from it either. And on that job, we worked out with over £5 a mile. Not a lot of money in it, because it's a small job. It's not going to make you a millionaire. It's an hour job. By minimum charge, very minimum miles, virtually no dead miles of getting to the job at all. Over £5 an hour. £5 a mile, sorry. You know, small van jobs can pay. Don't necessarily need to go for the chunky ones. You know, if you can stay around a certain area, if you can do, you know, like I said, I'm near Manchester. I could go probably skip over from Manchester to Leeds all day, Manchester to Stockport, Manchester to Liverpool, Manchester to Bolton, Manchester to Preston, even Manchester to Birmingham. You know, they're the kind of jobs that you can get. But yeah, little jobs can pay. I've had days when I just do little jobs all day, and I can make my target for the day. As long as your timings are right and you know the jobs are right for you, then. And the good thing is if you do have to travel to go to them, there's not a lot of dead miles between them, so it works out really well. So that's my other tip. Keep an eye out for certain places. So I'd heard about JCB, and I know everyone watching this video now will be going, that's JCB. I got stuck there last week. Hour and 50 minutes, nearly 2 hours waiting to get tipped. Now I thought it was Stoke. It's not Stoke. I'm not going to tell you where it is for you who've not done it, because you need to experience it. I've experienced it now, and I'd rather not go back there. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. But, you know, part of the job, it happens from time to time. The other thing is as well, there's certain areas that I keep seeing coming up and jobs going to, and I've done jobs too there. You know, places like Nantwich, Buxton. You know, you see little jobs going to there quite a bit. But then when you get there, there's nothing come out of there. Really strange. A bit like what we're talking about with Barrow in Newcastle, where I'm going today. There are jobs in Newcastle or that kind of area, but you just can't seem to get them when you want them. That's the issue. Just watch out for them little places. You'll learn it. I'm still learning. I'm learning, you know, as I go along. I think you do have to learn it. You know, I could tell you, Big Beard could tell you, Peter Courier driver could take it, and tell you all about it as well. But realistically, you've got to experience it yourself. You really, really have. So that's the other thing. So a bit of a roundup. CX, is it worth it? Expensive at the moment. It's worth it. I've paid for my CX already, so obviously the first year that you're on it, you've got to pay for it. So it was paid for up front, no problem. But I've made enough money to pay that off. I've made enough money to pay for my insurance months until I can take some money out of the business. I've got to bear that in mind. You know, I started October, we've just got into December now, money is coming in now. I know that the end of December there will be a decent payday for me, or should be, because I had more or less a full month of doing it, and very, very narrowly missed my target for the whole month. That's only due to having to take a couple of days off for personal reasons. And the other thing is probably the hours. You can fit them in to suit you, but you've also got to be a little bit flexible in what you can do. I mean, for example, I didn't get out yesterday. So yesterday was 30th of November, and I didn't get out until half 10. Didn't get home till 10 o'clock at night. It was a long day. I didn't have a lot of den miles. I had a decent day yesterday, but I ended up having to wait on a couple of occasions for a couple of different things, and then traffic weren't brilliant in certain areas which I just happened to be going into. But you've got to have them days. You're going to have them days. CX starts coming alive around 8 o'clock. You can sometimes get jobs a little bit earlier. This job today picked up just before 8 o'clock, so I was glad to get on this one because it got me out. But enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. I've made the change and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the freedom. I'm enjoying having the weekends off to myself, although I could work if I wanted to. Even though I've just said about doing a long day, I can be at home more. If I need to drop my daughter off from school, which I do sometimes, or pick her up, I can arrange my work around that. It's worth doing. It's worth doing. You've just got to do your sums though. You've just got to make sure you get the money out of it that you want to get out of it. I'm hoping to grow my business. I think with any business that starts up, whatever it is, whether it be a shop or manufacturing or driving, they do take a while to build up. Don't just go into it thinking it's easy, because it isn't. There's a lot to it. But once you get doing it, you'll love it. Guarantee you'll love it. And that's it. I think I've gone on long enough. Just thought I'd record this. You know, like I said, if I can help out in any way, I will do. You know, I'm that kind of guy. Keep watching the videos. Keep getting it. Like Big Beardy always says, do your research. Don't take it from him. Don't take it from me. All I'm trying to do is share my experience with you. If someone that's relatively new to it, but had a few weeks of experience, let's say now. Hope you have a great time. Hope you have a fantastic Christmas. I will do something again soon. Try and share a little bit more with you all. But have a great Christmas. Drive safely, especially with potential bad weather on its way at some point.